Love Island Australia, the podcast.
All right, everybody, you're all very welcome to officially Unpacked, the season finale of the podcast. Love Island Australia has finally crowned its 2025 winners, and before the sun sets on a pretty spectacular roller coaster of a season, we thought we'd get the gang together for one final powwow. It has been wild. We've had love, heartbreaks, tantrums, fallouts, makeups, breakups, insults, dramatic exits, and that's just Gabby. So, we've assembled most of our finalists. We'll get to that in a moment. And of course, our winners for a tell-all powwow. We're joined by some old friends as well, and the truth bike is making one last hurrah. So without further ado, please welcome Jaide minus Jotham. Please welcome Sharn and Ross. Woo! Please welcome your Love Island Australia 2025 winners, Kye and Yana. Guys, you're all so very welcome. Thank you for being here. Yeah, grab your microphones, get comfy. Jaide, we're going to come to you first of all.
Yes, hello.
Hello. You all look like reasonably unhungover. Is that the truth, or is it just, you know, good makeup and loads of water?
Yeah, I think it's good makeup.
Yeah. I'm not too hungover, but definitely didn't get much sleep last
Let's
night.
do a level of 1 to 10 hungover down the couch. Yana?
Oh, I'm not hungover, I'm just exhausted.
Good. Kye?
Oh, running on 3 hours sleep.
Okay. Jaide?
I reckon like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Sharn?
I'm a 0, but just tired.
Excellent. Ross?
Same as Sharn.
Okay, yeah, drink responsibly, all that, good stuff. Now, the big glaring omission in the lineup is Jotham. Jaide, we expected him to be here in all his beautiful masculine glory, but he's not here. Where is he?
I think he's sleeping. We went out last night in the Gold Coast. I left before him because I needed to go to the airport. But yeah, I think he kicked on.
So you were both in Gold Coast last night, you made the flight and he didn't. That's the...
Yeah, that's correct.
Savage. So he's 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Hungover.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If he's even still in bed yet. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. We have some questions from the audience. We got the truth bike. It has been a mad roller coaster, like I said. We've had I think we've had everybody actually on the pod except for Kye. And but we bumped into each other in Manly a couple of weeks ago, and you did look like you had the weight of the world on your shoulders. And you were like, "Let me on the podcast, man. Come on, I got things to say." But I think there was a sense that it was too close to the final, and it would have been unfair to have you on so close and people voting and all that. But now is your time to shine. But hold that thought. Ross and Sharn, we're going to come to you guys first. The question, because we put up a thing on the Love Island Instagram account last night going, questions for the finalists. And 90% of all the questions for everybody was, are you still together?
Yes,
Yep.
we are.
Absolutely.
When you did your Zoom calls with the family, Sharn, your families, your sister and?
My dad.
Sister and dad, their faces dropped and it was like a stony, heavy silence when you were talking about, well, who's going to go where? They were obviously hoping you would say Ross is going to come down. You said, well, I might go to the Goldie. They looked unimpressed.
Yes, definitely.
So what has happened since the show finished in terms of who's going where and seeing each other?
Yep, definitely. So pretty much I decided that I was going to move to the Gold Coast when I was in the villa. Just meeting everyone and making new friends. A lot of us are on the Goldie, so it was just sort of a no-brainer. And then I got back to Adelaide and, I just had to have that chat with my family again, be like, no, guys, I was telling the truth. It's actually happening. Like, they were shocked, definitely. My mum and dad, awesome. They're all very supportive. My sisters, we're very, very close, so they were very shocked and a little bit hurt by it, understandably. But look, who knows? I could be back in Adelaide. Never say never. And
so hang on, have you moved? Are you packed and gone?
I move on the 27th of this month, so in less than 2 weeks. Yeah.
Where are you going to live, Sharn?
In Palm Beach, which is a 50-minute drive from Byron.
Okay, so it's you're not moving in together.
No, not moving
baby
in
steps.
together. No, baby steps. We're together, but we still have not spent a whole lot of time together. We've never been in that environment for longer than like 5 days together besides the villa. So,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Ross, you were papped one time, weren't you together? Like when the show was on, did you meet up? Is that right?
Yeah, straight out the villa, before we were announced, we were still incognito. So Sharn came up to Goldie and we all hung out as some friends and caught up with Connor and Izzy and Gabs and Zachy and that, which was really fun as nobodies. And then after we'd been released, I tried to go to Adelaide sneakily, but the mullet's a bit recognisable, I guess. But yeah, no, I like fully papped in Adelaide, and there's only one Islander in Adelaide. Who's that? And yeah, so tried not to ruin the game, but also had to see her. So.
Yeah, okay. You guys were on the podcast recently, and we kind of talked about the ebb and flow of your journey. And Sharn, well, you were both kind of saying that, there was bits that people didn't get to see, and maybe there was so much drama going on. And like, because the question I basically asked was, people have this question about, do these guys even like each other that much? And you were like, no, there was much more. That's my son, so he gets a pass. There was much more depth and affection in the relationship than maybe people saw. Be that as it may, now that the show is over, what has the experience been like of seeing the commentary from start to finish? Because you guys had big ups and downs, and you get to kind of watch people's reactions in real time, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. How has that experience been, watching people's reactions ebb and flow?
Shit.
Yeah.
And they weren't actually big ebbs and big flows. For us, they were tiny little minuscule things that happened, but they were just dramatised and made out to be so much bigger than what they were. And you don't see what we were really like together. You don't see all of the cute stuff, all of the really sweet stuff, and how we were really like in there with each other. Sure, there was a lot of, it seemed like there was a lot of shit. But for every little tiny thing that happened with us, it was always followed by 10 other amazing, sweet, really good things. So it was really, really crappy reading all of the commentary. They just don't know us, and that's okay, that's fine. We know that everyone in the villa, all the cast, the crew, everyone, they know who we really are, and same with our friends and family. So it was rough at the start, but now I definitely laugh at it. It's funny reading the comments, especially with them saying that we're fake and we're just faking it to win and stuff like that. I think it's funny now because we are together and we are real, so fuck them.
If anyone, because this is video but also audio, if anyone's just audio only, Sharn did give you the finger if you're a hater. So there you go. And that's true though, isn't it, right? Because I guess on the US and the UK, it's, what you see on telly happened yesterday, but everywhere else in the world, it's like this. But that's the answer, isn't it? You guys have stood the test of time, and the show was actually months ago and you're still together, and haha. Ross, same question for you. How have you felt kind of looking at the commentary? Because as we touched on when you were both on, a lot of the harsher commentary was maybe directed at Sharn, and a lot of the more sympathetic commentary, not exclusively either way, but was directed at you. How did you find that?
Yeah, very interesting. There were times where my friends and family were like, oh yeah, Sharn's, mean. But I couldn't, I didn't want to ruin the fun for them in the show, when we sort of had our little splits and stuff. So I was like, just keep watching, guys, keep watching. You'll see.
Also, what, you just let them linger on, she's mean.
I know, poor me.
Cool.
I knew how the story ended, so I was kind of content in that. But obviously, watching the commentary, you want to defend, you want to jump in, but you got to take it with a grain of salt. That's what we signed up for. And like I said, I know how the story ends. I know that Sharn's a really lovely girl, really supportive and kind. So we'll just let it play out and keep doing our thing post show, and let our actions be the testimony to our character.
Given that it's been the bumpy ride it's been, but you are still together, and that's what you went on the show to do, is to find somebody, would you recommend the show for potential applicants listing, going, Love Island, it's going to be the experience of a lifetime?
I would definitely recommend it to those who are mentally and emotionally strong enough for it. You have to be very strong going in there. If you are easily offended or get upset by very small, minute things, don't do it.
Okay.
But if you can push through that and at the end of the day go, yeah, I'm still grateful, I've met all these amazing people, I had the time of my life is amazing and I'm so, so grateful, do it, 100%.
Okay. We'll finish on an absolute positive note, I promise. I do want to ask this one thing because there was a lot of chatter around it. When you were on, we had talked about... Boston had mentioned that you had reached out to her and kind of to extend the hand of friendship. And then Mateo also said the same thing. And they both said they had yet to respond. And I wondered if you wanted to speak to that chapter at all, because I feel like that did define a little bit of your journey.
Yeah, definitely. I will say the message to Mateo was not a big apology that he was supposed to reply to. I apologised that night in the villa and I said, I'm really sorry about that. That was way out of line. We were friends after that and we were good and we never spoke about it again. And then, of course, it's resurfaced and he's gotten re-hurt about it. Fair enough. So I just sent him a message being like, oh, bro, I can't believe they put that in there. Sorry. Never replied. So it's not this big thing that I was like, oh, I better save face now and I've got to back myself up here and, save myself. It was nothing like that. Boston, yeah, a bit upsetting. She never replied, but at the end of the day, I get it. I think coming out of this experience and, rewatching the show, she's obviously getting re-hurt by a lot of things. And so I just wanted her to know, I don't hate you. I really like you. At the end of the day, we went through this thing together, and I'm sorry for a lot of the things I said, especially watching it back. You realise a lot of the small, nasty things I said, and I regret it 100%. So I'm not expecting a reply, and I think it's been, 2-3 weeks since. So yeah, I wish them well, and I hope they're happy.
Yeah, great. And as I said on the podcast last week to Matteo, he was kind of, answer, but I'm not having it. And I kind of said, or maybe Sharn has just kind of seen some stuff, and that's what you're supposed to do if you feel like, that wasn't great on my part, is apologise, and you did that, and hey-ho, whether people accept it or not is up to them. Let's finish on a positive note. What are your fondest memories each of the entire series, for better, for worse?
Mine was definitely having some alone time with Ross on the boat. We had never gone out on a date together, and it was just fun being with everyone. We had a few
Wasn't
drinks.
it like 12 people and a camera crew on the boat? Where was the alone time?
It was a nice big boat, though.
Yeah, it was big. We had some alone time up the very top. All the couples sort of peeled off and had some alone time. We weren't mic'd up or anything, so we actually just got to be with each other and sit in it, and no one came and bothered us. It was like an hour ride out to where we wanted to go. So that was one of my favourite moments. And then reuniting again after being split up as a couple. That was nice.
Awesome. Ross?
Yeah, I'd echo that. The reunion probably, I did explore another connection and couldn't find something as strong as I had found with Sharn. So coming back and, getting back into bed after that recoupling and having a cuddle, that was nice, felt really comforting. Yep.
Oh, and final note as well, I do remember you had said, who was it came in? And you were like, if they're a tradie, I'd be worried because Sharn, I'm not sure she's sold on having a DJ boyfriend. Who was that you were talking about?
I think Josh, when Josh came in, because it was after movie night, so obviously there was some fractures in there or some sore spots. Josh coming in and picking Sharn, thinking she's hot and taking her out for a date. I'm like, look, yeah.
But the point of that was, if you wanted to diverge from your career path, I think Slow Flow with Roscoe is such a brilliant name that you could open a yoga studio. It could become a franchise. You could be a millionaire by tea time. I'd say trademark it, take from there, see what happens.
We'll see what happens, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Guys, thank you so much for everything you brought to the show. And as I said, I think a kind of an answer to anybody who said anything is the fact you're sitting here, you're still together, and you're going to give it a go, which is what Love Island is all about. So thank you so much, Ross and Sharn, everybody.
Thanks, Owen.
Thank you.
So, Jotham, you're drunk and not here yet. I tell you what my jokey first question to Jotham was, Jaide. Jotham, how did your girlfriend feel about you hooking up with Jaide and Gabby on the show?
That would have been a really good question to ask.
What would he have said, do you think?
Oh, he would have just said some word vomit. I don't know.
Oh, some word vomit. Has your stance hardened a little bit since the last time we chatted to you? Let's dive in. Are you and Jotham still together?
No, we're not together.
Not together. Okay, let's reverse engineer this, because during the Zoom calls with your families, I think he said it was your mom and?
My stepdad.
Mom and stepdad. And he was glowing about you, said he had learned loads about himself because of you. You said you felt that he put you 100% first the whole time. It seemed like really rosy. He left, I think a couple that definitely could have challenged Yana and Kye for the victory if they'd stayed together. For you, what happened when you left the villa? What happened to 100% and she's taught me so much?
So obviously in the villa, I thought it was really rosy as well. I actually had genuine feelings for him. And the finale finished. We had 2 days in Spain. We were the exact same as we were on camera, talking about seeing each other, visiting each other, blah, blah, blah. And then, I feel like I left to go back to Sydney. And then he kind of breadcrumbed me for a week. And then I called him and I was like, okay, no, what's the go? And then,
I mean, you say he breadcrumbed you, in taking a long time to answer, not answering with the same enthusiasm. Give us the tea.
Yeah, he was just leaving me undelivered. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to give him a few days because I'm so jet lagged right now, so tired. It's a lot coming back to real life after the villa. And then, so I gave him a few days and then, I rang him and I was like, what's happening? I was going up to the Gold Coast in a few weeks to see Emma and stuff. And I was like, are we going to catch up? Oh, no, I was like, oh, can I come stay at your house? And he's like, oh, I'm going to have to ask my mum. And I was like... And I was like, okay, we're done.
Savage. I'm going to have to ask my mom and my girlfriend. Would you... Because this all started from Gabby was at an event. She had taken a few drinks, but she was like, Jotham had a girlfriend the whole time. He denied it. When you were on, you seemed to take him at his word. Have you revised your opinion about whether or not Jotham had a girlfriend going into the experience or when he came out?
Go, girl.
It's not a court of law. There's no...
No, I think he definitely had someone before and then it didn't take him long to go back straight to that person again. And I was just so angry. I was like, why are you even going on Love Island? You're saying you're not here for clout. You're saying you don't want to be an influencer. You say you don't care if you win. What are you doing? Why are you even here if you've got someone back at home? And also,
To which he said...
He was just like,
Good
point.
Ross, did you hear any whispers of this in the villa? Can you speak to that situation at all?
In the villa, no. No whispers about it. No. I jumped to Jotham's defence, but I was ignorant at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, look, this is an open question for the couch. Does Jotham have a girlfriend?
Now he does, I think. I think they're seeing each other.
Yeah, they're definitely seeing each other. Yeah.
Okay.
Girlfriend or not, I don't know, but
Not sure
definitely seeing each other.
He had her before and he's got
same chick, and they came back to it once he got back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say girlfriend, that's pretty official.
Yeah,
They weren't.
yeah.
I don't think they were official.
Yeah.
But they are now. Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay, so this is all getting very confusing. Right,
We'll
he had somebody before, he went back to that same person after, he breadcrumbed you and hey-ho. Have you seen him physically since?
Yeah, I've seen him a few times.
And what's that been like? Oh, hey, dude.
I mean, we still get along really well. Our personalities, I don't know, our personalities get along really well with each other. So it's fine seeing each other in person, but then I'm also like, fuck you. But yeah, I can't be bothered holding grudges. I would rather personally kind of just leave him, let him do his thing. Obviously I was so hurt at the time. And it's hard rewatching all of those scenes as well, because I was so happy in the villa. I fully immersed myself into the experience. I thought I found a really good connection with him. And then, I was just so angry that he even went on in the first place. We didn't need to take it to the level that we took it, knowing that he had a girl on the outside.
Yeah, okay. I guess I asked Sharn and Ross, what's your overall feeling about your Love Island experience then? Because when we were on, we chatted about, and you came in at a contentious time, and when Yana was chatting to us, she said she was laughing out of shock when Jotham came back with you because they just thought they were so solid. So you came into drama. There was kind of you and Emma on one side and the other girls to a point on the other side, but that settled too. But then you get to the finale with Jotham. That's now not a thing. So what do you make of your Love Island experience holistically?
Personally, I still wouldn't change anything. I went in there wanting to be myself, and, if I found a connection, that was a bonus. However long I stayed, that was a bonus. So, I wouldn't change anything. I'm still very happy that I went on and I had so much fun. I met all these amazing people. But it just sucks that it had to end the way that it did.
Okay, fair enough. And one thing that people ask, I think I missed it on the show last week, but I just saw it written online a little bit, was when Matteo was on and we were asking him who he had stayed in contact with, and he mentioned you. And not only did he mention you, he's like, oh, we've done little viewing parties together. And I think it kind of went over my head and everyone was like, excuse me, explain please.
Yeah, so obviously both Matteo and I live in Sydney, and he comes over most nights to watch the episodes together. We have a little watch party going on.
Little cuddle?
No cuddles.
Straight to kissing?
No.
So
No, not at all. Not at all. No.
So is there any Love Island?
Just crack a bottle of
Kye,
white wine.
would you like to throw your oar in here?
No, right.
Is there any Love Island interest, past or present Islanders, you'd care to bring to the stage?
Not today.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, people can read into that as they would. Okay, if you're going back to the very start and it wasn't Jotham, if you know then what you know now, who, even if you weren't in at the time they were in, when you watch back the show through the whole season, who would you like, oh, that could have been fun?
I reckon Mick. I reckon he's really funny. He jokes around. Obviously, not into him that way, but I feel like it would have been a really fun dynamic.
Oh, yeah, he would have rushed to have made you his girlfriend for sure, from everything we know. Okay, fondest Love Island memory you'll take with you.
What'd you say, guys?
What'd you say, Kye?
Nothing.
Being a smart ass.
He would have jumped. Yeah, he would have jumped ship 12 hours later.
Yeah, 12 minutes he would have got, yeah. Fondest Love Island memory, so?
I think my boxing match with Emma is definitely my favourite Love Island moment. That was just so much fun.
Yeah, it's been a good time. Well, look, I don't know if he's genuinely hungover or if he just said, oops, guys, I missed my flight because he didn't want to take a mauling for reasons we have speculated on here. But nevertheless, he did get to the finale with Jotham, and he was a huge part of the show, and I think a lot of people enjoyed him on the show, and certainly his chapter with Gabby and then with you. So let's not take away what he brought to a wild series and you two. So in absentia, Jotham and Jaide, everybody!
Thanks, guys.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks. It's only our Love Island Australia winners. Yay! Hello.
Hello.
Congratulations. What are you going to spend the albeit reduced by 20 grand because Dylan's a snake prize money on?
Yana's made a big Christmas list this year, so I think I've got to spend the money on her, and there's a couple of designer things in there that she's decided to put in there, and I think... yeah, she definitely deserves it because the win wasn't for me, so...
Okay. All right, let's get amongst it. You said it, let's get amongst it. And can we chat it, and I know you kind of don't want to dwell on that side of things, but let's get it out of the way, and again, we'll finish on a high. So throughout the show, there was this wave of kind of support and love for Yana when you came in, and it was all tension and whatnot, and then obviously you got together and it came around and people started rooting for you, and then Hotel Amore happened and that support kind of fell off a cliff. And then when Yana took you back, her support that had been more or less universal also took a nosedive. Yeah. And yet you are the winners, and people voted for your story because they invested in both of you, and they go, there is something here and we want to support that, and so we vote and you're the winners. So how has the experience been for both of you, seeing the commentary about each other and all these opinions on your relationship? How's it been?
Yeah, it's been so full on, having to relive the trauma, and then to hear everyone's opinions on it. And I think the hardest part for me when I was having my downfall, when everyone was like, oh, why did you get back with him and all this, I think the hardest thing that was not being able to voice my reasoning, and I'm going to do that here. And I think the main thing is I'm stuck in a villa. Where am I meant to run? I can't go anywhere. Everyone's like, oh, leave him. Okay, where? Where do I run? And
as opposed to, I really saw the change in Kye, and he's turned over a new leaf and maturity-wise. I just couldn't leave, guys. So what was I going to do?
Well, no, but the thing is, in the outside world, because obviously this stuff has happened to us before, but in the outside world, I just block him and run off, go find someone new. Be like, fuck you, all right, onto the next. But here, but in the villa, you can't do that. You have to face your problems, and I think that's how we were able to conquer it, and we became so much stronger from being able to actually communicate it. And also, it wasn't behind a screen. Kye had to see my emotions, and I had to see the things that Kye was doing as well. And I think that's how we were able to resolve things. And I want people to know that no, it's not. This is not something that would happen on the real, in the real world. Anyone whose partner cheats on them or, does something like that, they probably just block it and like move on.
So is that to say in the real world, had you both not gone on Love Island, that you possibly wouldn't be back together now?
No, I don't know. I don't think we would be back together, no, because, our relationship was very toxic. And coming out of the villa, though, I realised that the reason it was toxic was because we never communicated. We never understood each other. And, it was always just a game. It was you did this, so I did that kind of a thing. Yeah, tit for tat, as Kye likes to say. So I think the villa definitely helped us so much, and I'm so glad that everything did happen the way it did because we just learned all the lessons that we needed from it.
Yeah. I suppose, online. And again, this is just commentary of people who watch a TV show. But still, it's I guess it's the sentiment that's there. There's two trains of thought. One is like, they just going to fall back into their old toxic habits and blah, 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 blah. Or this will be the making of them. And, I could see Kye like grappling with his actions, and like Mick was like, Kye has grown so much like in front of all our eyes when he was on the podcast like last week. He was really singing your praises. So what would you say, Kye, you've learned about yourself and about Yana that leads you both to believe that this is going to be better than it was before?
Just straight up, like our communication, like our whole relationship was just, there was no trust from the start. There was so much behind the scenes. And I think just going in there, just talking our feelings, like we always just bottled them up and we'd just blame the other person for things that might not be true or something like that. So just actually being able to speak our feelings and like communicate, talking to someone while being in there as well, like that therapy sort of like in the beach huts really did help. I didn't think like that would help at all. And, just seeing a different side and them sort of helping me as well, learning about how to speak in depth about your feelings. I've never really spoke about my feelings before, I just never have. And that also carried on into the relationship. Definitely in our communication after, we did start getting into depth and how I could see how it was hurting her in what I did and my actions by not communicating. I think that was definitely the biggest downfall in the relationship.
And obviously, the show has just ended, but you've been out of the villa a while. How's it been being together? I know you probably had to sneak around a little bit and not let people see you when the show is on, but how have you found like your relationship since leaving the villa in terms of like all these things, communication and...
So much better.
Yeah.
So much better, yeah. Like, honestly, it feels like I've come back with a new person, and even my housemate, she's here. But she did not like Kye. Because I went through my whole breakup with her, and so she saw the whole like toxicity and everything like that. So when she found out that I came back and Kye had come on and I was actually back with Kye, she was like, no, this is no good. But then once she saw Kye, she is so happy now, and she's really seen a massive difference in Kye. And so has my family, his family, all of our close friends. Like, they're all so proud of us because they really have seen such a big change in like his attitude and the way he communicates his feelings and everything like that. So, yeah. Yeah,
because on the Zoom calls with your respective families, they both look like pleasantly surprised to see us together. But obviously the show hadn't gone to air at that stage. So did their feelings kind of ebb and flow with watching the season as well, or did you just kind of sit them down before it aired and say, look guys?
We had dinner with both the families before and told them and gave them a bit of a warning about what was to come, and I think just by us explaining our experience, they were already like, wow, you guys are very mature in the way you're even speaking right now. Like, I think they definitely were proud of us from the second we met up with them after the villa, but I think it would have been hard for them to watch everything we actually went through because obviously they just didn't know until they watched. Even after watching it, like, they're so proud of us for coming through and getting through it all.
Yeah, and like I said, likewise, obviously there's commentary all the way online, but enough people invested in the both of you and kind of wanted to work that you are the winners and you have 30 as opposed to 50 grand. On the Dylan thing, I call him a snake, but hey, he's a good businessman. He saw the opportunity, he took it. When Yana was on the pod with us, maybe the first time, Kye, she mentioned that Dylan had like slid into her DMs when you guys weren't together. And they've never met, and he invited her over and she, flipped him the bird and she was great in the hotel Amore and all that. but he also took the money. Do you hate Dylan?
Oh, look, like I don't hate Dylan. Like he's a nice bloke. We've had a bit of a scuffle on the outside, not with hands or anything, but a bit of
Like fisticuffs?
No, not that deep. But there's.
Spit in his face? Like what could you
Nah,
define a scuffle?
Not that deep, Like I worded that wrong, but there's a bit of feelings behind it that I'm just a bit off him. And now that the money's not there too, it's sort of just like.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, one by the by question, because you flew in and you watched with Connor and Isabel.
Yeah, and Gabby.
And Gabby, that's correct. And I think Connor and Isabel, understandably, I think felt aggrieved when they left, like the way they left, and are still together and look like they're really loved up. So what were their feelings, or did you talk about it? And Sharn, right, you guys are, you still chat, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely,
open question, what was their feelings about the whole show now that it's over, given, there's the drama and everything, but it is Love Island. They do seem very much in love. Do they feel like we should have been there, or are they philosophical about it now?
Nah, they're chill. Like, they're just
Yeah.
grateful that they have each other, and they are so loved up right now. So loved up. They've just moved in together to a new place on the Goldie. No, they will forever be grateful for this experience, no matter what happened. Yeah.
I think they're honestly glad that they left when they did. I think, they were so happy for it to be over as well on the TV, and they found what they went there for, and I think that they're so happy.
Yeah, good for them. Okay, there is one final thing we wanted to get to. Who was watching since the start? Woo! One of the first Islanders out that people were devastated to lose, and they really felt she brought a whole load of energy to the villa and she deserved a whole load more time. You might recall she had a little thing going with Zach, who was a 2-time Olympic medal winner, and there was a whole situation where she said she didn't want kids in her future. That was a bit of a deal breaker. They heave-hoed out the road. She has been in Canada, but has made the trip all the way over. I'm going to say to be specifically here for that podcast, but that's not true. Please give a massive welcome to Bailey, everybody! Yeah. Hello, how are you?
I'm so good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming over. Here, come on up here real quick and sit in the chair. Bailey, you were the first out, which is... Oh yeah, you can see it. Sit in the couch. Why not? And maybe Annie, you might you might give her your mic. Great.
Hi.
Bailey, when you left the villa, you were joint first to go with Zach. When you watch the whole season, do you just feel like a viewer, or is there like a lingering thing of, I wish?
I actually had this weird experience watching it where I really enjoyed the episodes I'm in, of course. And then watching it felt kind of wrong because, I've been talking to these people on the outside and I knew what happened. So it felt so stupid. I was like, I can't look at this.
Because in reality, you're only there a couple of days and then you leave. Have you kept in touch with any of the Islanders?
Yeah, we'll all have like a little chat going, talking to each other and catching up. So
Any little flirty DMs going on?
No.
No. Are you still chatting to Zach?
Zach and I definitely leaned on each other a lot during the beginning. I was crying constantly, and he was on the other end of those calls, which I really appreciated. And my mom was obsessed with him too, so I just call him all the time. But life is life. Things fizzle out. I'm 16,000 kilometers away.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Fair. Well, we're delighted you came back, and we hope you get to see everybody and catch up and get all the goss, and who knows what will happen. But we wanted to do one final edition of the Truth Bike. It's caused us loads of grief and brought us loads of gossip as well. So would you do us the great honour of introducing it? I know you've rehearsed. Don't mess it up.
So we all know the Truth Bike, and it is just a normal bike you can see here. But for some reason, when my Australian castmates go on it, they're compelled to tell the truth. So let's see if we can go for one more juicy ride and squeeze some juice out of these.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Truth Bike. Ross, you're first up on the Truth Bike, sir. Jump on up. And also, this is open to the audience. The Islanders are going to fire some questions, but it's open to the audience as well. If you have a question, please stick up your hand. I'll come to you. So you must tell the truth. Ding for yes, honk for no. One final time.
Ding for yes. No.
Honk for no. Anyone want to fire a question at Roscoe?
Ross, do you still think we're fake? Or do you think we're fake?
Did I ever think we were fake?
No.
No, never fake.
Do you actually like her?
This is savage.
I know.
Oh yeah, okay, we're coming. Here we go. This is it now.
front.
Get warmed up.
I was thinking, you mentioned on the boat that you do have commitment issues, and Sharn was so understanding about that and how slow you were going to take it when you guys left, but obviously now living 50 minutes away and you guys are going strong. What was it that helped you overcome your commitment issues?
Great question. Is that a yes or no?
Just say yes.
I'll just answer it. Yeah, I'll just acknowledge it's a good question. There you go. And yeah, I still deal with commitment issues, but like I've been a bit of a love bomber as well. So Sharn and my journey
Not with me.
hasn't been a love bombing scenario. So I do think that from the start it's been very different. So like if I love bomb a girl, I'm very hot and intense early, and then I just get cold feet. And that's why I'd say commitment issues are a thing. But with Sharn, we've definitely been a slow burn. We had ups and downs in there. We've been doing distance, and we've, going really strong right now. So I think that the fact that I didn't love bomb her. In fact, almost the opposite. She was like, I don't know if you even like me or this shit.
Bro
Like,
was too chill.
so did a lot of the audience, obviously. So very different route for Sharn and I compared to like my previous relationships. So I think that's why the commitment issues haven't been an issue. I'm all commitment, no issue.
Have you said I love you?
I haven't, because again, I don't want to jump any guns and like end up where I have in the past. I really like where we're at, and I really like her. Ask me, down the track, I'll be probably ringing the bell. Yeah.
All right, there we go. Oh, did you want to throw in? Okay, well, go on, dear, last one.
I have a last minute one. You guys seem really cute now, so sorry for this, but did you ever at any point think she was a bit mean?
Actually, hang on, sorry, can I take that back?
No.
Oh, you said at any point, did I ever think she was a bit mean? Very mildly worded, so I will say, yeah, at some point I was like, look, from my perspective in the villa, I said this before, like I thought that I didn't like how she handled when the new bombs come in. Other things that weren't aired were like, I don't know if I'd act differently in her position, like we're humans, we get jealous, we do get insecure, it's a human trait. And I might have acted similarly in her position. I just was thankful that I wasn't. So, yeah, I could see her perspective. I did think she was mean. It wasn't a deal breaker. It wasn't necessarily like a turn off. I just think we're human, and those are emotions that we all experience. So yeah, wasn't a deal breaker. And now that I know her a lot more, do I think she's mean? No.
Very diplomatic answer.
That's an honest answer as well. Was this a request for a question here?
Yeah, Gabby said you guys were fake. So are you guys good now or not?
Are Gabby and I good?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, like, I haven't seen her in a while. Like, last time I saw her was TikTok Awards a few weeks ago. I gave her a hug, like, said g'day. That was before our beef has been aired. Personally, I'm cool with Gab. Like, yeah, she's an emotional girl. I think a point I'd like to make is, like, when we were beefing, did you see me talking any shit in the huts? No, because when I was asked questions about Gab, I said, look, she's a young girl. She's very emotional. Does wear her heart on her sleeve. Like, I was singing praises. And I don't want to beef with anyone. Like, I think we all went through such a unique experience that I'm not going to hate on someone that was in there with me in the trenches. So are Gabby and I good? Probably not. Are we ever going to be besties? Probably not. But I don't hold any bad feelings towards Gabs.
Amen. Ross, thank you so much. I admire your dedication to the cycling part of it. Thank you so much. You may vacate the truth bike. Well, let's race through. George, do you want to go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here we go. Sharn, everybody. Any other question for Sharn? Loves House? Yes, Billy.
Hi, Miss Girl.
Hi.
I think I said it before, but you are one of the strongest women I've ever met. And I wanted to know, has the backlash you've seen from some of the small things, interactions that have happened in the villa with you and other castmates affected you at all?
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely. It's very upsetting, like, I guess, seeing yourself that way and small comments you don't think of in the moment that are a big thing or are harsh, and watching them back and realising not everyone speaks like you, Sharn. Not everyone is as vocal and as raw and, vocal about some things. So, definitely hard watching it back and regret a lot of things, but it has been hard and seeing people attack your character online and stuff and everything like that, and the hate that comes with this show is crazy. Like, you've got to be very strong and be able to take it, and it's been, that's been one of the hardest things, is the hate that comes from it, and people don't know you. Like, you guys know me, and we're all still friends, and I love you guys, but it sucks and it's sad and it's quite hurtful, but it's definitely made me even stronger. I was already such a strong person coming into this show, and I knew myself very well, and it's just unlocked a whole different level of myself,
That's good. Well, I hope you know I was defending you in Canada. A lot of people
thanks,
didn't understand
thanks,
you.
Babe. I didn't doubt you would ever not,
Justice for Sharn. Anyone else? We would do one more. Yeah. And then we're going to move on. Jaide, very quickly. And then we got Kye Yana up. Yep.
Do you think Ross's brother is funnier than Ross?
No. I think... Oh, yeah, sorry.
That took pretty long. That wasn't quick.
Love that one.
No, I think that they are very similar, though. Their humour is basically the exact same. I've hung out with them a few times now when they're together, and they are just two firecrackers, they just bounce off each other, and they have the funniest humour. But no, Ross is a little bit more goofy, I think, and that's what I really like. He's a little bit cringy in some of the jokes that he says. There's a few dad jokes all the time. Yeah, no, definitely Ross. Respectfully, Will.
Awesome. Any going once, going twice? So we do now. People are getting into the swing of things. Hello.
Hi. We heard that Yana and Kye watched the finale last night with Izzy and Connor. Did you and Ross get an invite?
Yeah, we did actually. We were originally going to go up, but then we weren't sure if Yana and Kye wouldn't go, and we were like, oh, it's just going to be Izzy and Connor, and Ross wanted to watch it with his friends, and I hadn't met any of them before, so I wanted to go to Byron and be with Ross. That was the main thing, was to be with Ross, and he had already invited all of his friends at that point, so we couldn't really kick him out and say no, but if they weren't coming, we would have been there, so yeah.
Cool. And do you still think Ross has a receding hairline?
I was going to ask.
Hey, turkey
Show us your hairline, babe.
All the stress pushed it back more.
He naturally has that hairline. It's not even that bad. It was just a bit of a joke in the villa. It's beautiful. Look at that.
Just from front on, it's fine. It gets a bit McDonald's sign like that.
That's totally solid. By the way, as well, Mick did admit on the pod last week, I'm not sure if you saw that he was in fact the one that started that. But Sharn copped all the flack, but he was the real ground zero of that particular Ross's hairline movement. So there you go. Sharn, thank you so much. You're a great sport. Sharn, everybody. Jaide, real quick, up you come. Jaide, everybody. Yes, please, Madam Sharn.
Jay, do you have any new romances in your life?
No, I don't. I feel like
it's the truth bike, Jaide.
After the Love Island villa, I have gone ghost on everyone, just soaking everything up. But the DMs are definitely open after this. So.
Yeah, girl.
Is there anyone of note that has slid into your DMs? You don't have to name and shame them.
Well, we don't have our DMs yet.
Oh, you do not have your DMs back yet?
No, we don't. So I don't know.
Oh, bummer.
On Thursday, I think we get our accounts back.
Oh my goodness gracious. How's it going to be getting your social media back? Have you enjoyed not having it, or has it been incredibly frustrating?
I personally loved it. I think it's a good escape from all of the noise. We see everything online, and I feel like having our Instagrams on top of that as well while the show was airing, I feel like it just would have been a lot. So yeah, I've enjoyed this little break, but I'm excited to get it back for sure.
Okay. Any questions for Jaide before we love her and leave her? Going once, going twice. Hello, lady in red.
Do you wish that you had listened to Gabby when she warned you about Jotham?
Spicy.
Really good
10 points for Gryffindor.
I'm going to go no. I obviously wasn't there to see Gabby and Jotham's connection, and I did owe it to myself to get to know Jotham, and I said I'll find out for myself, and I did. So, yeah, no.
Jaide, everybody! Okay, ladies first, I suppose. Yana to the truth, Mike.
Are you going to say
50% of our Love Island Australia winners 2025, Yana! Hands in the air if you want to hit up Yana on the truth bike. Hello.
Are you still friends with Lacey?
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. All right. No. Wasn't going to really touch on this because wish her the best, but did see her. I think she manipulated her way back in a little bit when we came out of the villa. And then we ended up watching the first episode with Gabby, Izzy and Lacey at my house. And then I think after watching everything, I was like, oh my gosh, how could you stay at my house after doing all that to me? And it really did hurt a lot.
Sorry, doing all what now, Yana?
Just like all the stuff she was doing, like behind my
Yeah,
back.
all the
and then,
Kye
like,
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, just like coming to my house and, I don't know, pretending everything was A-okay when she knew I was about to watch everything. Yeah, so that kind of hurt a little bit. And then, yeah, just seeing some nasty comments that she was posting about me online on her fake accounts and all that. But anyway, yeah, that's just a little bit of tea, so.
Now, I just want to ask, is that speculation? Because are we saying you think she had fake accounts or you know?
Oh, no, she was we want to get into it. Well, since the show's done, I may as well. But no, we were actually at our house and Gabs and I were sitting down and Gabs loves looking at all the comments and she goes as deep as checking who's liked each comment. And she knew who Lacey's fake account was and then she went in and looked and Lacey had liked a hate comment about Gabby and I. And we confronted her and she was like, oh, it's an accident. And we're like, And then, yeah, just like reposting some stuff about Gabby.
I didn't do it, but it was an accident. My finger slipped on that particular hate comment.
Giving Kye.
Yeah. Wow!
Guilty.
Our winners, everybody. Any other questions for Yana? Oh, yes, hello.
Did you choose to keep Kye on the show for Lacey or did you want to explore a connection with him?
No, I always get asked this question and the moment that I picked Kye, the moment that I stood up, I still wasn't sure who I wanted to pick, whether it was Kye or Cooper. And I think the reason I picked Kye was I felt comfortable with him. And in that moment, though, I knew I thought there is no chance that me and Kye are getting back together. This is done. I want the best for him and I want the best for Lacey. And so I'm going to keep him in to explore that. And the biggest thing as well that was playing in my head was if Kye left, then that would leave Lacey upset as well. And I'd have to be dealing with her pain. So then, I know, you guys are laughing at me and I laughed at myself as well. But that's how I was feeling in the moment. So I kept him in for her. But things just turned out to be, for the best, yeah.
For the best. Any other questions for Yana before we love her and leave her?
Nice and quick one. You said in a previous episode that you were telling your parents not to watch the sex scene in House Amore.
They did.
The
sex scene. And I got a message from Dad that night with, oh yes, yes, very much, with the emoji of like the blushing face and like the shock face. And I was like, oh, heavy. No good.
Yana, everybody! Senor, you haven't mumbled in a long time, and we hope that you won't suddenly rediscover your mumbling when you get on the truth bike for the final time ever. Come on, it's Kye, everybody!
Let's go.
Here we go.
Anyone on the couch have any questions for Kye? Bailey?
I have one.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
Hi, Kye. So I know we didn't spend any time together in the villa, but watching you was really interesting, and I did hear a lot about you before I left as well. So based on what I know about you, I want to know: do you feel equipped to be in a relationship again with Yana under these circumstances? This show comes with a lot of attention, fame, if you will. So how do you think that's going to affect your newfound communication style and your new relationship together?
I think I haven't had any thought of anything else but Yana being with me after I've left, and I don't think there's going to be any sort of, drama between that. I think we're so good now and we're so solid at the moment that I don't think anything's going to break us. I think, everything that has happened through this has made us so strong, and it had never been like that through the past relationship, and I don't think anything will sort of deter that.
That was a lovely question and answer. Yeah, anybody else want to throw the roar in for Kye? Yes, please, hello. Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Did you really know, or did you know that Yana was going to be in the villa?
So I actually seen that she posted that Love Island had messaged her, sort of like saying apply for us, and months before they messaged me, so I got hit up on ITV and I had about 300 followers because my account got hacked. And they hit me up. I said, this is a piss take, like, go away. I just got hacked, so I was like, I'm not doing it again. And then they constantly kept asking, and they ended up calling me. And I just was like, why do you want me on here? Like, you found me from nothing. And they said they looking at me through my tag photos, and the only tag photos I had were Yana. And I was like, oh, this is a bit weird. And then I was like, they said, come in. So I just sort of did all the things. I'm the person that would never do this. And I sort of just went with it. And they go, you're on. And I was like, what? So then when I got there, they showed me the lineup of girls and all that. And Yana wasn't on it. So then at the same time, I was like, fuck, what have I done? Like, I'm throwing myself here. Like, anyway, yeah. So I did have sort of an idea. But then again, after I seen the lineup, I was like, oh, maybe she's not on here. So when I walked in there, and I ended up partnering up with Gabby when I went in there, I didn't know what I was walking into. So I had a sense, but also I didn't really know. So yeah, is that?
Okay, we're going to wrap it up very shortly. Any final questions for Kye? Yes, hello.
Did watching yourself back on TV make you self-conscious about
everything? Yeah.
Well, it was going to be...
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Yeah, it was very hard to watch myself back on TV. I thought I handled things very poorly, and I didn't know. Yeah, I thought I did stuff differently in my head, but you know that's also coming off the communication sort of side as well. And I thought it's a bit embarrassing for myself. Yeah, definitely embarrassing, not a bit. Yeah.
You know what? I was actually going to ask about having your tongue out of your mouth all the time, but you gave us more.
It's actually I've got cotton mouth here, but that was also I think a bit of a coping mechanism. I didn't even know I did that. I think it was when I was nervous and a bit like angry, like on the back foot. I think I just tended to do it. So it was a bit weird, but it's my new life, the lizard man. So I got to embrace it now.
It's your brand now.
Yeah.
A massive thank you to Kye mumbling no more. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. It's been a wild ride. It's been an absolutely wild ride. And who was it who asked Sharn about the commentary online? Who on the truth? Oh, Bailey, thank you, yes. I've said this, and actually I saw someone giving out about this on Reddit or somewhere, kind of saying, like, any Islander that's got grief, Owen's like bent over backwards to go, oh, you know, it's only online, blah, 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 blah. But I kind of feel like for people watching online, they do think of Islanders as like two-dimensional people, and you represent this one thing, but in the real world you're brothers and sisters and fathers and daughters and lovers and, you know, all this kind of stuff. And so that's how you see yourself, as a three-dimensional person who was a really great friend when this terrible thing happened. And that's how you see yourself. And I know it can be overwhelming seeing the bad, but also take the huge amount of fun that you brought to people's lives, of mischief, of debate, and it's been a whirlwind for sure, for better, for worse, but a whirlwind nonetheless. And I'm delighted every single one of you graced our screens, some longer than others, but props to Bailey for coming all the way back. That's pretty amazing. So thank you very much for all of your respective journeys. Jaide, I'm really sorry Jotham had a girlfriend the whole time.
I'm sorry as well.
Guys, I'm sorry that Dylan took 20 grand of your prize money, and Ross and Sharn, I'm sorry that you live so far away that neither of your families were thrilled, but I hope that the future is bright for all of you. Thank you to our live audience for being with us. Thank you for all of our finalists minus Jotham. Special guest Bailey, and particularly our winners of Love Island Australia 2025, Kye and Yana, for being with us. We will see you next year. From us, goodbye, and here's to love.